Welcome back to Big Mouth, and yes, it's been a nightmare to get to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut, and I've only just completed Chapter 1. So I'm in Cyprus, right? I was under the assumption I could rent it on Amazon Prime Video, but no, because Sky TV has exclusive coverage, which means they are not allowing any of your Google Plays or your Prime Video to allow you to rent it. So there's different companies that Sky own, Primetel, LTV, things like that. So they've got it all over Europe, right? Which means you can't rent it. So I had that problem. Anyway, problem solved. I got access to the movie and I've seen Chapter 1. And we're just going to react to Chapter 1 with no spoilers. Freaking hell. Look, the man is in a league of his own. That's all I can say. Whether you've seen this film before or you haven't seen it yet, be prepared. Because everything you're going to see, and I can only speak from my experience from Chapter 1, everything is expanded upon from what Whedon did, right? So, look, I'm not going to say, but everything is expanded upon. One thing we do know is Superman's scream at the beginning of the film. Zack's told us that. The effect that scream has on the opening, and I won't say anything more, is sensational. The effect it has on everyone is sensational. It's amazing. And something else that's amazing about Chapter 1 of Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut is how seriously he's taking death. It doesn't matter if you're the small soldier in the background. Your death matters. You are relevant. Everyone is relevant. And considering who this film is dedicated to, his very own daughter, that's sensational. And that hits so much harder. And so that's something I noticed straight away. Death is going to matter in this film. Look, I'm in awe of it. I knew it would be a very interesting view, a very interesting viewing experience, but I didn't expect this. I mean, for example, and this is not a spoiler, the opening Wonder Woman scene, right, is expanded upon so much. But if you're a young girl, if you're a little girl, you are going to be inspired by this opening Wonder Woman sequence. There's something that happens in it that is so beautiful at the end of it. Now, it's interesting to me because this is kind of ironic because idiots have kind of tried to say that Zack Snyder's a sexist, a racist. Of course, he's not. But Joss Whedon throughout his career has always spoken about, feminism, female rights and representing women the right way. Well, the way Zack Snyder completes the opening scene for Wonder Woman is the way you represent women, and not only that, the way you inspire young women. It is so freaking good. So from Chapter 1, you gather that, this is going to be a really expansive experience. You never feel like you've been robbed. You haven't been robbed of anything. One of the things of Justice League is whatever you see, you feel you've been robbed. You feel this is just not Snyder's movie. And when you see this opening chapter, because obviously that's all I've seen thus far, and I'm very excited to see Chapter 2. Right now, my dinner's in the oven, so it's going to have to wait till later. But it is so good, and you can see how important Superman is to Earth. That's what I like. This is how it should be, yeah? People doubted him in BVS, but now that he's gone, you don't know what you've got till it's gone, right? And in Chapter 1, you will see Amy Adams' Lois Lane, and it's so good. And you will see Diane Lane's wonderful, marvelous Martha Kent, and she's so good. You can really, without giving spoilers away, you can tell her loss. And that's something we really didn't experience in the theatrical cut. And I did promise I wouldn't keep on comparing it, but it is difficult. I suppose partly, really, I'm kind of sad that I saw Snyder's scenes in Justice League because it kind of cheapens them. Because however well Snyder's done with his sequences from that film, because he hasn't seen that film, and they are his sequences, you remember those sequences being tarnished in Whedon's film. And in a way, that's a difficult watch. That's not Zack's fault. There's nothing you can do about it. But you can't get out what you've seen in Whedon's film out of your head when you see those same sequences. But as I say, Snyder expands on everything. And it's so exciting. Look, I'm sitting in this very room on this very TV, lights shut, and you're trembling all over. Look, this is the moment that Hollywood changes. When you hear the Russos congratulating him. Jesus Christ, Matt Reeves came out, the only DCEU director to come out and tweet him. And it was a beautiful tweet. I can't remember exactly what he said. It's been a long, painful road, but you finally got your vision realised. And he's congratulating him. And he said he can't, look, basically, to hear support from the guy who's doing the Batman, because I know a lot of you out there have got a lot of bad things to say about Matt Reeves and his take and all of that. Please don't insult him after, basically, he's been so respectful of our favourite director, right? And so that's beautiful. He's getting great support. But so far, I have absolutely no complaints. Listen, it's pretty clear that, it's pretty clear normally Zack would have taken a lot more time with the VFX. The VFX is stunning, by the way. It's great. And I think it could have been even better. There's nothing wrong with the VFX. It's brilliant. But what I will say is that normally Zack would take so much longer with the VFX. But it's a bigger improvement. And we do see Steppenwolf in the opening chapter, and he is so much better. He's got so much gravitas. It's amazing. It's totally different. When you think about the version they used of Steppenwolf in the theatrical cut, you're thinking about a clown. You're thinking about Krusty. But this guy has got fucking gravitas. And the voice is it bellows so much louder. They're obviously using a voice changer or something, but the voice is a lot more scarier, and he's beating the hell out of these Amazonians, out of the Amazons. It's sensational. And just going back to the scene in London, Wonder Woman's opening sequence, from the moment you go there, you can feel there's a threat, a bigger threat. Whedon wasn't able to do that. But this is more expansive, as I say, and you really feel these guys are going to kill these kids. It really is an amazing sequence, so much better. But wait till you get to the climax when it's all calm. I won't spoil it. It's not an epic moment. It's not a moment of action. It's a quiet moment. And that bit knocked me for six, and I started to cry. And as you know from all the articles I read and start crying anyway, it doesn't take much for me. I'm a bit of an old fool. But it took me by surprise, because a lot of people don't credit Snyder for his emotional side, his compassionate side as a filmmaker, and you're really going to see that moment. I think it's amazing, as I say, because we hear a lot of other directors talking about representation, inclusion of women, representing them properly, then they don't. Snyder doesn't really talk anything up, really. He just does. He just does his job, right? And I think it's amazing. He doesn't blow his own trumpet, but he should blow his own trumpet a lot more. As I say, it's a really expansive chapter. And as we all know, if you've seen this movie, there's so much more to come. Personally, I think we've already restored the Snyderverse. HBO Go broke down because of the volume of people. I don't know what happened. I think HBO Max was okay. Someone let me know in the comments down below if anything went wrong there. I am I was genuinely upset this morning when I woke up and realised that I couldn't purchase the episode. For me, there's going to be people out there right now who have not got access to this until they're able to download and buy it officially or buy the Blu-ray. That simply isn't on. Warner Media should have made the deal with Netflix. If you do it with Netflix globally, everyone's able to see it at no extra charge. I'm sorry, Warner Media, you did a great job green lighting this. And, I know it would have been really hard to get this seen globally at the same time. But basically, unless you've got a deal with a multi-channel provider, for sure here in Cyprus or even in the UK, you can't see this film. And I had to use my connections a lot to even be able to see this film. And there was a lot of aggression, a lot of shouting. I was not a happy bunny. And I think everyone has the right to see this film, not just me, not just you, everyone. That was the promise. And that promise really hasn't been maintained. And I'm disappointed about that. So if you're out there right now and you haven't seen it, I'm not here to rub it in or say I'm superior to you because I've got to watch it. Because I can tell you from my frustration, my heart breaks for all of you. And I hope you get to see it as soon as possible. But chapter 1, absolutely fantastic. And I just thought I'd come on here and just react to chapter 1. But as I say, this guy Snyder is in a league of his own. And I will be back after chapter 2 to react to that. But thus far, I am a very happy bunny. So comment down below, like, share and subscribe. And I'll be back later to react to chapter 2 of Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut. See you again soon.